My first guest and I have a lot in common. We both hail from Saturday Night Live. We starred in the film Three Amigos together, and we're both members of the Hair Club for Men. Please welcome my good friend, Marty Short.
One for each other and all for one. The three amigos are we. Brother to brother and everyone, a brave amigo.
Fantastic.
Is that chair comfortable?
Yeah. Well, it's awfully low.
It's a feel low?
How are you?
How old am I?
How old are you?
Well, you really have to know. I'm 67.
You look fantastic. You know, I've known Chevy for many, many years. I knew you when you worked under the name of June Lockhart.
Hey.
Years ago. But very few people know that Chevy once saved my life. This is an absolutely true story. I was swimming in your pool. You remember this? And
I certainly do.
And I'm not a strong swimmer. One of my swimmies lost air, and I started to go under. And Chevy just jumped in, and he dragged me out of the pool, and he gave me mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, and I came to. And I remember it was so awkward for me because at the same time, I had to thank you and then ask you to take your hand out of my bathing suit. So, you know, but you know, hand out of the...
Well, it wasn't hard to get it out of there once we got the socks out. Now,
set him up.
I just saw you in New York this summer. You were working your socks off, and you were in Goodbye Girl. The
Yes.
musical was great.
Thank you.
Well, a lot of people don't know that you're a great singer. In fact, they cannot even replace Marty because they can't find a singer as good as you.
I started a rumor that Roger Clinton was replacing me, just to see if it would get back. No one cared.
Did it get back to you?
No, no one cared. But you know, I used to sing a great deal in Canada in shows. You know, I would. I hosted my own show when I was 23, Right On. It was a rock and roll show, but I had absolutely no funk. I would have long hair, and I'd come out, you know, sing songs like, you know, I shot the sheriff, however, I did not shoot the deputy, ding dong, ding dong. Only Sinatra was my only style. And I would do industrial shows, you know. You know what an industrial show is?
Yeah,
Did you ever do
show,
them?
but yeah, sure, I've done many of them.
I would do like the...
Most of my movies were industrial shows.
I would do like, you know, the Spirit of Chrysler 75, you know, and yeah. Because it made me...
And you're not embarrassed when you do that?
No, listen, it was... No, truthfully, because it was paying, like, you know, $800 a week. Yeah. Canadian, which was about $350 here, but still... You know, and you go out, and the star of an industrial show is the car. You know, the dry ice would come out, and then a car, and you would just be a dancer. I'd rather be a fury than a Ford. Yes, I would. You know I would. And then, anyway, then you have to go to the cocktail parties afterwards with the executives.
Yeah, what's that like?
Well, there's, you know, the guy... You know, first of all, there's little, you know, Miss Rum and Coke and Miss Ginsy Tansy, little mini-skirted girls, and the guys are, how do you learn all the words? I would imagine, you know, so you get over that quickly, but it's $800.
Now, let's get back to Goodbye Girl, because I don't want to get into the $800. I know you made a lot more than that. And I also know you did a nude scene in the Goodbye Girl.
Yes, I did.
There wasn't a lot of room for other people there, but...
No, well, I mean, I did...
Is that something you... Did that bother you?
No, it didn't bother me. I mean, I would... First of all, I had a... Yeah, it bothered you. I had a guitar in front of me. Well, mandolin, but you know what I mean. And... Well, would you do a nude scene? I mean, let's say it were you and Rosemarie in an off-Broadway kind of thing.
I don't know about Rosemarie. If Kate Smith were still here, I'd do it. What did I say, Smith?
Kate Smith.
If Kate Smith were still around, I'd do it.
You can't see any netting, can you?
Where?
Yeah, the hair.
In Kate's or yours?
Kate Smith was a wonderful, wonderful gal.
I know you were just on vacation and how much time did you get off, incidentally?
I had 2 weeks off. I went up
Canada.
To Canada. I was writing.
Funniest people from Canada. But,
you think?
Yes. But
let's list them quickly. Wayne and Schuster.
Yeah.
Giselle McKenzie.
Mm-hmm.
Jan Rubisch. Who else?
Linda Hunt.
Tippi Hedren.
Tippi Hedren's one of mine, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's it for me.
Lana Cantrell, and that's it.
Yeah. But tell me about your summer.
No, I'm working on an autobiography.
Yeah?
No Lump Yet, it's called. It's the, it's the idea that if you can wake up and not feel anything that clearly is going to get you into having any sort of chemo in the next 2 months, you should be happy-go-lucky and feeling good. And nothing else matters, truthfully, I mean, when you think of it. You know, and because I'm not obsessed with death in any way, but I've been known to, you know, drive in my car and imagine my own death and start sobbing. You know,
I know that you've driven in my car with me and imagined your own death.
Well, I know.
I was driving him once, and it was just a car just slowed up in front of us, and he went, "Chevy, look out!" I simply swerved a little to the right, and a little left and back.
You know, Chevy also, if you're driving with him, if it's hard to sell this, but he will fall asleep, and you'll look over, and he'll be asleep in the wheel, but one eye will be looking out.
That's this trick. That's this trick. I do this for my wife, too. Pretty tired, honey. She can't see that. I can see from the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, so I will imagine my own death, and I will imagine people hearing the news, you know. No, don't tell me he's gone, and you know, and I will actually tear up. I will tear up. And I told my wife Nancy that, and she said, "That is the sickest thing I've ever heard in my life." And I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "You don't imagine your own death and start to cry?" She said, "No, I imagine your death." And I said, "Well, that's my point." You know. And then we went to the CNE, the Canadian National Exhibition.
What's that like? I've always wanted to go to that.
It's one of the great exhibitions in North America. It's about 150 years old. And I went every year as a kid, and now I take my kids. It's great. They have a... What? No, it's
nothing.
No, they have the freak show that is now... It used to be my favorite thing, the freak show. Now it's, you know, they have a politically correct freak show. The biggest act is No Middle Myrtle. It's true. Her measurements are 36-0-31. And the fat lady is now a woman about 11 pounds overweight.
Just a little over.
Yeah. But what?
Yeah, we have to go to commercial. We'll be right back.
I'm going to pseudo roll.
Be back with Marty Short. We'll be back with All right. We're back with Martin Short, and we were just talking about freaks, and we just really want to get off of that, so you played enough freaks in your movie career.
Thank you very much.
In fact, you're one of the only people I know who will play the parts you play. The next part you're playing is a 10-year-old kid.
A 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
It was in a frightening... Yeah, I played 10 years old, actually, you know, with Charles Grodin. It's called Clifford. And the first day of shooting was a frightening moment for me because I came into the trailer. I was supposed to... I wear shorts through a lot of the film, and I was supposed to have nared my legs. The makeup man said to take all the hair off my legs, and he gave me 3 tubes, but I forgot. And...
3 what?
Tubes.
What are those?
Tubes of Nair.
Oh, tubes of Nair.
Tubes.
Oh. Nowadays, you don't know what that means when a makeup man gives you 3 tubes.
I see. Well, no, that's
tubes of Nair.
Yeah. And so, but I forgot to do it, and I came in, and he said, gee, we were running short on time, so I said, well, you know what, why don't I just take off my pants? I was wearing jockey underwear, and I said, there were 2 female hairdressers, along with my makeup man, John Elliott, and I said, why don't, you know, the 2 ladies nair my legs, and you can start my makeup, and then we'll be ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
So I put my legs up like that on the counter, and I started to talk to, and I had taken off my pants. I'm in my white jockey underwear.
Right.
Legs on the counter. I'm talking to John Elliott. We're chatting away. They're, you know, putting the nair on, and then they're getting a cloth, and they're rubbing the hair off, and then they're drying it again, and I haven't moved for 10 minutes. I have not moved my position. I'm talking to him. Finally, they finish. I say, well, anyway, it's good to see you. I look down, and I notice that my little fella's hanging out of my underwear.
Yeah.
Now, I realize that you know, I thought later, if I had been a seamstress, I would have just spit the pins right out of the trailer. So I was very embarrassed. I didn't know what to say to these women. I'd never met them. And about 2 weeks into the shoot, I went up to Chris Lee, the hairdresser. And I said, Chris, let me ask you something. That first day, and did at any point, was my little fella hanging out of my underwear? And she said, yeah, it was. And I'll tell you this, that if I know you then like I know you now, I'd have shoved that thing back in.
All right. What? I hate to interrupt this, but I want you to do some of your impressions. That's one of the best things you do. And I also know that you're teaching Catherine and Ollie and Henry to do impressions.
Well, I'm trying to create a comedy dynasty, you know, because it's so hard to find. No, I taught Catherine Gary Cooper.
Yeah?
Just 3 words.
Yeah.
Bring the mic down. Forget it. He's dead. Now, you can't...
You can bring that over here. I think I can... Forget it. He's dead.
No, you're having too much fun with it. But, you know, you can't take that on the road. I taught Oliver Hunt's Hall. Well, you know, there's not a big call for it, but still...
Let's hear it.
Yeah. Boy, Chief, am I excited. You know, he does this walk, you know, this... Oh, boy, Chief. Oh, Chief. You know, that thing. Catherine Hepburn.
Yeah, just hold on a second. Just a little Catherine Hepburn, just for me. It makes my day.
Well, let me say just this, Chetty. I'm so terribly excited to be here. I'd like to sing a song. Look at that face. Just look at it. Look at that fabulous face.
Yeah. That was a big moment. Did you watch the telethon?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I'm amazed by the telethon because I'm a big fan of Jerry Lewis, and I'm amazed. You know, I will check on the telethon and I'll watch it and, yeah, show me, do me. And Jerry, you know, he looks fantastic. He looks 40 and he's energized. He's running around. And then, you know, I go to bed around 11 and I just as I turn it on just before I go to bed and I hear him, yeah, Toke Boy, Ed, yeah, oh, that's a good Phoenix. It makes me feel good a lot. And I think, well, isn't he amazing? And I go to bed. I sleep 10 hours, you know, I wake up, come down in the morning. Hi, Henry, don't jump on Batty till the coffee's in his stomach. I turn on, there's Jerry. Yeah, boy, do I make, oh, hit me, do me. And it's unbelievable.
Really? Is that what he was like in the morning already?
He never loses his energy.
Yeah,
it's
he's
an
got great
amazing,
energy.
yeah.
It's
Why
amazing,
is
man.
that?
I think it has something to do with an injection, but I don't know.
Ah, nicely.
Anyway,
that's lawsuit 3, isn't it?
Huh?
Yeah, nothing.
What do you mean lawsuit 3?
I'm kidding.
Don't be. He's going to be on our show.
Really?
Yeah. We'll be right back. News Upstate is next.